Between 2015 and 2017, I was a theatre critic for The Theatre Reader. The Toronto-based magazine was then discontinued, and for a time I'd been truly missing those near-regular theatre-going days. As soon as I saw on a subway ad that the cast of The Last Ship would be performing at the Princess of Wales Theatre from February 9th until March 24th in 2019, I naturally leaped at the opportunity to relive my Thespian musing process. Since it was announced in 2011 that Sting would be working on the eponymous musical, I had been hoping it would eventually make its way to Canada. Sting is one of my favorite musicians, and I thought it would be interesting to hear his influence in theatre music as well as observing his acting chops. Although I highly appreciate what he has done for commercial radio all these years, I nevertheless didn't want to allow any favoritism to cloud my critical faculties regarding the quality of this production. As a result, I avoided all press releases and reviews between my immediate ticket purchase and performance day. I'm glad I did, because while there could have certainly been opportunities for workshopping, I ultimately wasn't disappointed with what is both a personal project for the musician and a relatively original idea in dramatic storytelling as a whole. The Last Ship sails us back in time to 1986 in northern England, where shipyarders fear losing their livelihoods after management reveals their plan to destroy the overly expensive ship they are currently building. Meanwhile, Foreman Jackie, played by Sting, is suffering from health issues, and Sailor Gideon, played by Oliver Saville, tries to reconcile with his strange girlfriend Meg, played by Frances McNamee, and newly discovered daughter Ellen, played by Sophie Reed, after serving the Navy for 17 years. If it weren't for these two subplots, the union politics would have gotten boring very quickly for the average theatergoer. Unlike what some reviewers said at the time, I felt that the relationships between Gideon, Meg, and Ellen served as a symbolic parallel to the plot's message. While it is important to be wary of risks, you must have faith in your decision to actively pursue a goal or to allow for voices to be heard. And this well-executed idea applies to all human experiences. I was especially moved by McNamee's no-nonsense attitude towards Saville and her portrayal of a mother who clearly tries hard to be strong in such a troubled period for her daughter. Saville's singing voice fondly reminded me of actor Roger Bart's, possessing an air of heroism and adrenaline. Sting and Jackie Morrison as Peggy, his daughter's wife, managed to be both passionate and gentle-spirited at the same time, earning their places as respected leaders among the cast. I liked how Sting's condition gradually became more noticeable over time, and the will he or won't he die question definitely added some heavy drama to an already heavy story. The flaws I noticed with this production could be mostly chalked up to easy technical fixes. Many of the actors, especially Sting, didn't always articulate their lines or project their voices, though I'd sooner pin it on Seb Frost's audio in terms of the latter. It's a shame, as Sting's lyrics did a great job providing insight into the character's struggles, and his always beautiful and versatile music ranged from forcefully political to hauntingly mystical. However, the choreography definitely needed to be tightened in the ensemble segments, save for the lovely tango bits. I will admit that the first half could have been paced more coherently, as the show introduces too many songs back to back and takes its time transitioning into the plot, though the second half, which is longer, generally makes up for this. Musicals are structured differently than plays, and partially rely on their musical compositions for character development and story progression, but imbalance can cause narrative fatigue, which almost happened here. As for the visuals, 59 Productions truly outdid themselves with their amalgamation of vividly animated projections, a lot of it being reminiscent of the aesthetic movement at the time, and set dressing inspired by both punk and marine design elements. Immersion definitely shouldn't have been an issue for the audience. If you're a theatergoer and want to get a tiny glimpse into British history, give this one a shot. There's a lot of substance to engage with, albeit several parts you may have to patiently sit through. Those of you who have seen it recently, I'd love to hear your thoughts on what's changed or improved with the musical in the comments below. Thanks for listening!